better for anyone. But as long as we're owning the libs with higher gas prices, you're on board. That's a really weak thing to do, John. I think that your despise for the left to the point where you're willing to destroy our country over it honestly becomes a mental illness at some point. And I would highly recommend that you get a therapist. And this isn't just me trying to dunk on you, but it's me being honest with you, because that's the only thing it could be is the production of a mental illness.
Dean, the left is crazy. The left is subverting Western civilization. Look, C-19 was probably my greatest example. Open borders, the glamorization of the gay community. It's corrupting children. Y'all are crazy. I don't. This is
the glamorization of the gay community. So you mean promoting acceptance of gay people? So do you think it's wrong to be gay?
I'm talking about drag queens reading to children. Is it wrong? But it's not right. It's a deviation from the norm.
Well, I mean, drag queens reading to children, I don't take an issue with it. I mean, I'd rather have a drag queen reading to a child than a rapist legislating for children. But I mean, you shoot for the latter there. Do you think it's wrong to be gay?
A little. I can tolerate it. I think it's wrong. It's not. There's certain things that are much worse. But yes,
you need to speak up again. Your mic is really muffled.
I think
people should. Let's be careful with our language here, because we need to make sure that TikTok doesn't ban us. Let's use the phrase non-straight. Okay, that just means gay, but we got to watch your language. So why is it wrong to be non-straight?
It's a deviation from the norm. The reason I have a libido from an evolutionary perspective is because of reproduction. So okay. that's where drive comes from, and anything else is a deviation from the norm. Do you think that invest is okay? Just put a C where the V is.
Okay.
You think that's okay?
So I don't think that incest is okay. We could.
Why not?
That's really strange that you just bring up incest.
Adults,
super strange. Yeah, well, sure, we could talk about that as soon as we're done talking about why you think it's wrong to be non-straight. So your argument that it's wrong to be non-straight is that it's a deviation from the norm and that it violates the natural order of humans or whatever, because you don't reproduce through homosexual intercourse. So to your first argument, also, why not? Do you think that incest is wrong?
Yes, I compare it to being non-straight.
Wait. You just said that the reasons why it's wrong to be non-straight is because you can't reproduce, but people can reproduce through incest, so not really.
No, well, that'd be a problem.
Because you'd have different reasons why you just have different reasons why you think that incest is wrong. Because the reasons why you think that being gay is wrong can't be applied to incest.
Dean, there's an exponential increase.
Wait. Do you accept that though? No, you actually can't compare these two things, because if your argument is that it's wrong to be non-straight because you can't reproduce through homosexual intercourse, you can't say it's wrong to engage in incest because you can't reproduce through incestual intercourse. No, you certainly can. But we'd have other peripheral reasons why incest is wrong, such as I don't know, family dynamics could create power dynamics, potential malformities of offspring. So on and so forth. You're not going to think that these two things are wrong for the same reason, so they're not comparable. But to respond to the reasons you gave me insofar as why you think that's wrong to be gay, non-straight, I need to watch my language so I don't get banned. Your first argument was that it's a deviation from the norm. So deviating from norms isn't wrong. I'm not gonna lie, John, you got a big ass head in your profile picture. Holy shit. I'm gonna assume that you're a tall guy.
No, I'm about 5'9" actually. Nobody ever told me I had a big. Nobody ever told me I had a big forehead till I got on social media. I'm actually.
Oh, okay. Dude, honestly, I was expecting that you're 6'5". I'm sorry. That was an unintentional diss, John. That was a very unintentional diss. Okay. Well, people who are 6'5", their height's going to be deviating from the norm of around 5'9". But we're not going to say it's wrong to be 6'5". So we can't say that it's wrong to be non-straight just because it deviates from the norm. Now, your second argument that they can't reproduce through homosexual intercourse. Let me ask you a question. Is it wrong for a man to be with an infertile woman?
No. Look, I'm just talking about the Bible. Look, I don't want to have children. Okay, but I'm saying where this comes from an evolutionary perspective is reproduction. That's where the drive comes from for all organisms. Or do you disagree? All mammals, this is why we have.
Yes. So I do agree that throughout evolution, okay, we see the production of libido in part due to reproduction. However, I think that we also see the production of libido in part for social advantages. and connection to others. And the reason why I think that is because of the exuberance of homosexuality in non-human animals. Like, for instance, it's been a really long time since I've gone over this. But bonobos, who are our closest genetic relative, they share 99.9% of our DNA. We see that a particular particular percentage of bonobos are like completely homosexually monogamous for the entirety of their lives. We see same-sex penguin couples that will quote unquote adopt children from heterosexual penguin couples. We see that 10% of moose are homosexual and will exclusively and only engage in homosexual intercourse. Same thing can be said around 2,000 animal species. So the cutting edge evolutionary scientists today believe that the production of homosexuality is actually one of evolution for social advantages. So now that we got that out of the way, once again about the argument born out of no reproduction. Well, if a man were to marry an infertile woman, they were to have sex all the time, they can never reproduce. And from your perspective, that would be just as an impediment upon our evolutionarily driven libido for the purpose of reproduction as homosexual intercourse. You don't think it's wrong for a man to engage in sex with an infertile woman. Therefore, you can't think it's wrong for a man to engage in sex with another man.
Look, all morally questionable behavior is a conflict between the id and the superego. And there's all kinds of desires people have that they should not act on. There's genetics for all kinds of things.
This is a bad argument. Yeah, I agree that there's desires that people have that they shouldn't act on, like the desire to murder, the desire to rape, the desire to kill. But we would say the reason why those desires are bad to act on is because we could clearly identify reasons why if you were to act on them, you'd be engaging in some like immoral action. Okay, right? The immoral outcome of murder is a violation of one's right to life. The immoral outcome of rape is violations of one's bodily autonomy and consent and lifelong trauma. Yada yada, so on and so forth. But we can't identify any moral reasons per se why it would be wrong to be gay, why it would be wrong to marry a man, why it'd be wrong to engage in homosexual intercourse. And for that reason, we definitely can't say it's wrong because then it's just prejudice.
Look, other than the reproduction problem among siblings, why do you think incest is wrong?
Why are you pivoting? We're not talking about incest. We're talking about being gay. I thought the topic of the topic of our debate was specifically why you think it's wrong to be gay. You give two reasons: divesting from the norm, no reproduction. I defeat them both. Okay, I even add a little cherry on top of the evolution, and then now all of a sudden you no longer want to have a conversation. I got to kick him. You just got a violation. Me and that guy just got a violation. For talking about that topic. So for everybody watching at home, the live stream has a restriction for the next 10 minutes on TikTok. Make sure that you're double tapping on your phone screen and trying out this live with a handful of friends so we could try to barrel through it. See, that's the issue. Guys, I can't debate people that are homophobic. TikTok doesn't let me. They don't let me. They penalize me for doing it. They take my live stream down for doing it. It's been this way since the very start. It has been this way for 5 years on TikTok. And there's nothing that I desire more than to raise awareness surrounding, the LGBTQ plus community, convincing people that it's not wrong to be gay and giving people the well-equipped facts to dismantle homophobia. But TikTok won't let me. They just straight up say no. They say, Dean, you can't do that. So I guess we're going to go back to the debates about Trump. Can't talk about that. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. Seriously, folks, please follow the rules of the live. Please follow the rules of the live. Dude, look at the viewer count. We just dropped by 700 viewers in less than 10 seconds because I wanted to raise awareness about why it's not wrong to be gay. It's 800 viewers now in 30 seconds. Don't believe me? Look at the top right-hand corner of your phone screen. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, please and thank you. Follow the rules of the live. Lord T, thank you so much for the $10 over on Super Chat, who says other animals have same-sex partners with those people being around him and he didn't even know it. Yep, thank you for the $10, Lord T. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? We're at 900 lost viewers now in a minute.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, are you driving? 1,000 lost viewers. Okay, can you please take me off of Bluetooth?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all, seriously, spam that chat, spam the like, spam the shares. we need to try to boost the live because we just got hit with a massive restriction.
Yo, okay. Dean, can you fight, bro?
Well, I don't know. Can you tell the truth? You said that you weren't driving, but then I hear the turn signal in the background.
I'll beat the shit out you, little boy.
You want to do shit, Justin? Pipe down. You got a loud mouth because you're on the internet. In real life, you're nothing but a little fucking chud, basement dwelling in your mom's house. Sit down, shut the fuck up. Your emotions are hot and heavy because you're a despicable man. Holy fuck, you know that you don't, your testosterone doesn't control your destiny. Take control of your own emotions. Okay, we're in the place that we are because of you. Beat the shit out of you. Yeah, dude, you sound like a fucking caveman. Listen, we should resolve our differences with critical thought and words, not with fucking like threatening to punch each other in the face. Like, God, oh my goodness, you should have your right to vote revoked, Justin. It's seriously embarrassing.
All right. Let's debate. My bad.
No, you got to go in fucking timeout. You could rejoin in 10 minutes. You got a goddamn timeout, Justin, for that behavior. It's like seriously, just like so. It's so disgusting. It's so weird. Let's gotta get that next guest right loaded up in the box. I'll bring you back up in 10 minutes if you really want to debate Justin. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I do.
How old are you, Riker?
Just turned 18 this year.
What year were you born in?
What kind of question is that?
It's a question I need to ask to ensure that you're telling the truth, and based on your response, I don't think you are.
All right, well, let me ask you something. Can you search up Leviticus?
Can you tell me what year you were born in?
2006.
Okay, yeah.
July 25th.
You're terrible at math. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA, please, and thank you. Yo, over on Venmo, thank you, Joe, for the $10. Who says... Ooh, I don't know if I could say that. I might get banned, but I appreciate you for the $10. Riley, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Morgan, thank you for the $1 who says, thank you for everything that you did. I appreciate you, Morgan. And then Brianna, thank you for the $5. I'm sorry, Brianna. You told me to keep your name anonymous so then I could read your question. I guess I won't be reading your question because I accidentally said your name, but just know that I appreciate you. As well as over on PayPal, thank you, Amanda, for the $10. She says, hey, Dean, can you sing? And what is Momo's middle name? I can't sing, and I don't think Momo has a middle name. I mean, she might. I'll have to ask my girlfriend. Kylie and Amber, I appreciate you both for the $5. Thank you both so much for that love and support. And with all that being said, that we're all caught up. Cody, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah. Can you please, bro? Dude, please, dude.
Get out of here. Dude, that guy's still doing his AP like bio or whatever homework. The dude's been doing his homework for 30 hours. Dude's grinding. Holy. Let's go to try to get that next guest connected to the live stream. I think that we have around another 5 minutes left on the restriction. So far, we've lost 1.5 thousand viewers because we've decided to talk about why it's not wrong to be gay. Holy hell, man. Fuck TikTok. It is so embarrassing. Well, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Annalise, it's not here. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. I guess Justin's timeout is over. All right, Justin. Why do you support Trump?
I think he's a cool cat. You know what I'm saying?
And why do you think he's a cool cat?
Because he does what he wants, when he wants.
Yeah, that's like typically like the traits of like violent criminals, doing whatever you want, whenever you want to do it, not necessarily like civilized people. And we should definitely have like a civilized president that doesn't just do whatever they want when they want, but rather just wants to do what is for the betterment of we the people and we in our country. Compared to some like psychopath in the Oval just doing whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want to do it.
Would you rather him or Biden?
Him or Biden? I'd prefer Biden over Trump, even if Biden died like 2 years ago. Like, dig up his corpse and throw it in the Oval.
Who would win in a fight?
All roads lead to fights. Isn't that right, Justin? How many continents are there?
9.
All roads should lead to 4th grade classrooms instead of fights for you, Justin. There are 7 continents. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Please do follow the rules of the live. Oh, fuck, you guys. So far, we've almost lost 2,000 viewers because of our restriction onset once again, because we were talking about why it's not wrong to be gay. Isn't that wild? Almost 2,000 viewers were down. I think that the restriction is still active. It should be up soon. Let's go ahead and try to get that next guest connected to the box right now. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. It looks like we're running quite short on Trump supporters. Looks like we are running quite short on Trump supporters. Who is next? Alrighty, here we go. Hey, welcome into Sport Trump. Okay, I'll take that as yes. You're buying like the little sheep you are. Do you want to give an argument while you're MAGA? It's a sheep, guys. Definitely MAGA. No, I think that he's leaving. All right, let's get the next guest connected to the live stream. Yo, Key, thank you so much for the $25 donation over there on Super Chat. That is a huge dono. Thank you so much for that love and support, Key. Key with the $25 says, I got bored this morning and did the math. The next time they bring up the 16 trans player in the NCAA, please let them know that they make up 0.0028% of all NCAA athletes. That is crazy, Key. Good on you for doing the math. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate you for the $25 as always. You're a chill as hell. You're always hanging out with us in here. I appreciate you for your continued support. Show some love to Key down below in that comment section. Appreciate you. Over on PayPal, thank you so much, Cheyenne. That is CHEYENNE for the $50 donation. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Cheyenne, you asked me not to read your message out loud, so I will keep it to myself, but just know that I really appreciate you. That's a lot of money. I'm very, very grateful. Show some love to the GOAT Cheyenne down below. I want to see 1,000 Cheyenne W's because sincerely, I'm very, very appreciative for you. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you for supporting the stream. If you are watching and you'd like to support me in the stream, you can find the Venmo and the PayPal and the link tree in the bio and TikTok. Pin message on that other place, and the ads right there. Dean Withers without the E in Withers. Welcome in. Are you MAGA?
I support neo-libertarian phalangism.
Okay, moving on to the next guest. We got Dylan connecting to the live stream. The restriction should be up like any moment now, but the viewers are still going down. So it looks like maybe we have a permanent restriction. We might have to restart. Welcome into Sport Trump, Dylan.
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
2008 in April.
Oh, God, and you still support this maniac? Why? Yeah, he's nuts, dude. He's destroying our country.
So I have my own beliefs, but I'm also going to say I was born into kind of a very, Republican household, not just MAGA, but very Republican. I do like his idea on abortion, and I like the border, the deportation, but I don't like the way he's going about it.
Yeah, nobody's more confident than an 18-year-old's pro-life man. How about this? Do you think that abortion should be banned even in circumstances of rape, Dylan?
No.
Okay.
There is
elective
three
circumstances.
There's I want to say there's three. Two off the top of my head. It's medical and grape. But other than that, I think that it should be kind of wrong.
Okay, so yeah, why do you think that abortion should be banned in elective circumstances?
Me personally, I think that it's murder. You're taking
and why is that?
You're taking potential life of that could be a successful human and just taking the life of a human overall.
Yeah. Why is that wrong? Like, why is that murder? Why is that unjust? Let's hear it.
Sorry. I don't know. I kind of just stick behind that it's murder.
I know, but I'm asking you why you think it's murder. You can't just hold this belief baselessly. Because if your argument is it's murder because I say so, well, then my argument could be it's not murder because I say so.
Right. I think it's like if, say, someone went out and I think it's the unaliving of a person. That could be a potential.
So you think it's always murder to kill a human?
Yes.
Okay, so then it's murder to pull the plug on brain-dead patients in the hospital who have irreversible cessation of all cognitive function. So basically all medical health professionals are Nazis, literal serial killers, systemically genociding brain-dead people.
I'm gonna concede to that point because I did misspeak. So you got me on that.
Okay, well, if it's not always murder to kill humans, then why is it murder to kill a fetus?
Because it could potentially be like the best life ever, and you're probably gonna say, well, it could be.
It could also potentially be Hitler, right?
Yeah, I figured you would say that. But I mean, everybody deserves a chance, at least a second chance or a chance.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're saying that everybody deserves a chance at life, therefore the fetus has moral value, is no different than saying it's murder to kill a fetus. You're just using different words to say the same thing, that it's wrong to kill a fetus. But ultimately, you have no motivating reasons insofar as why you think it's wrong. You just kind of do.
Okay, yeah, I will concede to that. Yeah, I kind of do just think I don't really have a lot of evidence to support my claim.
Okay, well then just don't like implement your claim into politics in a way in which will affect the lives of 180 million American women and girls, right? Like the female mortality rate has doubled in Texas after abortion bans. There are 60 pregnant rape victims per day that are denied access to abortion in 10 of our states because Trump overturned Roe v. Wade. Okay, like this policy impacts very real people in very real ways. So I don't think that you should want your belief to be legislated on and turned into this policy, and which is very impactful in the lives of women and girls, literally killing them in many circumstances. If you self-admittedly don't have any evidence to believe it is true, right? And I'm not telling you that therefore you can't like have this preference against abortion at all, because I actually think that there's a really good way that you could interact in society with this preference, i.e. attempting to eliminate the reasons why women get abortions in the first place, a way to reduce abortions without banning them legally. And the largest reason why people tell Planned Parenthood they're getting an abortion is because of financial instability. So if we made the average American a little bit more stable, if we fought for specifically the financial stability of new mothers and new families, better social safety nets to support them, there'd be drastically less abortions. And maybe that's the route you should take, since you admittedly don't have any evidence to justify your view.
Yeah, I will concede to that point. Since you brought that up, I will admit that I've kind of just need to keep my own thoughts to myself, to be honest with you, and not bring them up with political points, like you said.
That's great. I love that, man. That's good. Wow, thank you for that concession. That's actually a really big one, really big concession. Do you have any other reasons why you support Trump?
So part of his deportation, I like the idea of it, but I do not like the way he's going about it, where he's like basically telling ICE to like profile people and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. But all that matters is what's actually happening, not the idea behind what is happening. Because ideas aren't material, okay? It's acting on the idea that's material. It's acting on the idea that's meaningful. So that's not a reason why you'd support Trump. That's actually a reason why you wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, because it's acting on the idea that matters.
Okay. See, I wasn't like thinking clearly on that part.
Okay, no worries. Do you have any other reasons why you support Trump, Dylan?
Not at this time. I appreciate you for taking the time with me.
I appreciate you for coming up here. I think that you are on a much better road than anybody else that we've spoken with today. You should be proud of yourself for being more mature and more logical than straight up grown ass 50-year-old men that we've been talking to for the last 2 hours straight, Dylan. You take care, okay?
You too, bro.
All right, let's go to get that next guest, Rylan, connecting to the live stream. Love to see it. So Dylan seems like a good guy, just a little misled. Love that. Welcome into Sport Trump. Oh, Rylan left. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. All righty. Hey, Vanessa, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Who says, from me, my two pups, Delta and Foxtrot, keep up the good work and keep sharing information. I appreciate you. I try my best. Thank you. Let's hear Ghosty. Thank you for the $5 as well on Venmo. Good luck for your leg day. Natalie with the $10 says, petition to throw more people in timeout. I know. I think that we need to do that more often, right, Natalie? Thank you for the $10. And then Raina, thank you for the $10 as well, who says, been watching for a year and I made a spreadsheet with helpful info. Could I share it with you? It's to facilitate info gathering. Yes, Raina, please do share that with me. I'd say the best way to share that with me is honestly over DMs, my Discord account. Just join my server and look for me in the top right-hand corner. Welcome into Sport Trump.
I do support Trump.
All right, man. How old are you?
I'm 18.
What's going on, Ollie? What's up, dog? How we doing? Let me know how your day's been so far down below in that chat for everybody watching from home. As well as over on Super Chat. Thank you, RP, for the $10. I appreciate you. I'll have to look up that clip. Thank you, RP. Then over on PayPal, thank you so much, Tariq, for the $10, who says, hey, I also brought this up to Parker, but you should bring up the Central Park 5 case more often when talking about Trump's racism. True. I should. Thank you for the $10. Tyler, thank you for the $5 saying that John looked like he was from a Beavis and Butthead commercial. True. He did. Man, go to take it away. Tell us why you support the worst president of your life.
I support Trump because I am a neo-libertarian phalangist.
These motherfuckers need to get a fucking job. Get a job. Get off your ass. Go do something. This next guest, their name is Jackson Loves America. I think that they're going to be a troll.
Yes.
Welcome to Sport Trump.
Hello. Yes, because he's a neo-libertarian phalangist. We need to make neo-libertarian. Okay, can I explain?
Get the fuck out of my live stream. Bro, stay away from me. You guys smell like shit. Get a job. Maybe if you got a job, okay, you wouldn't have to be sitting in a TikTok queue all day to like just beg to explain a contradiction. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello.
Oh, yes, I do.
How old are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
I am
Okay.
52.
Sorry, I'm just
and
shooting
not
a quick text.
only-
So, go ahead.
Oh, to say not only do I currently support Trump, I previously supported Trump, and if things keep going the way they seem to be going, I expect to spend the rest of my life supporting Trump. And I got news for you. You
You're fine.
are in this. You will also support Trump.
Oh, why is that?
Do you know why?
Yeah, well, I don't. Why?
Because and forgive me if I'm projecting onto you, but I suspect you are an honest, hardworking American.
That's
pays
me.
Taxes.
An honest, hardworking,
And
tax-paying
Trump-
American.
That's right. And Trump and his family are grifters living off of our tax dollars. So we're quite literally supporting him. And at the rate that he is looting our treasury.
Okay. All right. Goodbye. Let's go to get the next guest loaded up into the box. He wasn't actually MAGA. All right. This is a guy that came up in here earlier and just made sheep sounds.
Hi. I don't
Hi.
support Trump, man. I think Trump is bullshit. I think he's bullshitting.
Okay, so you don't support
you guys
Trump?
I think you guys are bullshitting for him a bit, if you will.
Oh, so you don't
I think
support
you-
me either?
I support you, but like I think
Oh.
you guys are running a bit of a crap show a bit. You trying to say?
Oh, why is this a crap show?
Who knows, man? Who knows? I just be watching a whole bunch of everybody, and I genuinely think.
Okay, well, Trump just Israel got bro. Netanyahu's on your fucking ass. You're about to share some divine revelatory information with us all. He got fucking sniped, dude. Seriously, where did he go? He's gone. Okay, I see ya. See ya, dude. Sorry about that. Let's go to get the next guest, Vitamin D Patriot, connected to the live stream, folks. Holy Netanyahu, why? All right, here we go. Vitamin D Patriot is gone. Please, if you're watching and you're an American adult that supports Trump, request to join the stream. MAGA is down bad. It has been so hard for us to find anybody who's down to come up here and give us an argument. Welcome into Sport Trump.
No, I do not.
All right, I'm gonna ban you. Sorry about it, but you know we are just looking for some debates. Let's go to get the next guest loaded up into the box. Mr. Scientist, I thought I'd changed your mind.
You did. I just came to say what's up. You can drop me.
Oh, wow. You're still not a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not.
Hey, love that. Hope you're doing well. Take care. Let's go to get the next guest loaded up in the box. We changed that guy's mind like a couple months ago. I was expecting for him to come up here and be like, well, actually, Dean, I'm back on it. He's not. Good for you. Good for you. Wow. What a profile picture. This is the profile picture of somebody in the queue. Look at that. Can you get a fucking life? Like, seriously, can you get a fucking life? Oh, man. Welcome into You Sport Trump.
Hell nah, man. I just wanted to join.
Oh, wow. A lot of people in the queue just want to join. But please leave the queue for Trump supporters. I kind of got to go pee here, folks. I have a couple, back calls out of the clouds to a couple people to see if they could come cover me. If they don't join here momentarily, I might just have to set the stream down for a moment to go piss. Welcome in, Connie. Do you support Trump?
Not really.
Guys, okay, stay out of the queue. If you're not NAGA, like, come on, get with the program. Get with the program. Shooting out another back call to Santana. Let's see if he responds. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream right now. Get with the program. Only hop inside of that queue if you're MAGA. We're looking for debates. What the hell's going on? Get with the fucking program, dude.
I swear to God, I did not mean to join. I don't know what happened.
Banned! Moving on to the next guest. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only opposite side of that queue, if you're MAGA, please and thank you. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would do your very best to follow the rules. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, folks. We're really struggling today. Ooh, and I really need to go pee. If we don't get somebody in here momentarily, I'm gonna have to head out.
I support Trump.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Where are you born in?
2006.
What month?
October. I was finna not tell you the date, but October.
Okay. What day?
No, not telling you. October 2006.
What time?
19-year-old.
What hour? What minute? What second? What nanosecond?
So you against Trump? So you against Trump?
Yeah, dude. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he gonna silence you real quick.
Which is exactly why we're saying fuck that guy. He wants to silence his political dissenters. That's bad.
Then you must want to die. Why are you doing this?
You're saying that I'm going to die because I'm publicly outspoken about my lack of support for Trump?
Nah, that's the man of the year.
Yeah, why is he the man of the year, bro? Come on, give an argument. Let's hear it.
Why not? Look at everything he did. He's protecting. He's going to war for you guys right now. Well, he's making stupid people that go to the army.
To like what? Prevent Iran from having nukes?
Not necessarily, but against terrorists, that people that come to the U.S. and potentially blow your mother head off.
Okay.
Protecting you from people like that.
What makes somebody a terrorist?
What makes them a terrorist? They do bad shit without no consequences.
Okay, so Trump raped a woman with no consequences, so Trump's a terrorist?
Yeah, and my heart is really fuck Trump, but if somebody protecting you can't really say fuck somebody that isn't he a terrorist? By
your own standard, you said a terrorist is somebody who does bad things and faces no consequences. Well, under that view,
so
Trump would be a terrorist, and so would his supporters. Remember all the J6ers that raided the Capitol to prevent an election, but then they got full and complete presidential pardons? And now Trump is creating a $1.8 billion slush fund?
But does it make him a terrorist for killing terrorists?
Well, I mean, I think according to your standard of what a terrorist is, I've already explained to you how he'd meet it.
So you think what about the people that's better than Trump? If they was in power like Trump, me and you, our mother probably would be getting raped, heads chopped off, and all type of stuff. So,
okay, I think that you're just way too fucking far gone. If you legitimately think that if Harris had won the election, it'd just be like World War III, anarchy, women getting raped, so on and so forth. Sorry, way too far gone. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream right now on the opposite side of the queue. If you happen to be MAGA, way too far gone. Way too far gone. Let's go to get the next guest, Lemon, connecting to the box right now. I got a couple bat signals sent out, folks. Got a couple bat signals, everybody. But I may just have to put the stream down for a moment to go pee. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Sure do.
How do you?
26.
Oh, God. And why do you support the worst president of your life? Yo, Lazy, thank you so much for the $50 donation on PayPal. Appreciate you so much, Lazy. Please show some love to Lazy down below in that comment section. Thank you. Lazy with a $50 says, haven't been able to catch a stream live, but I love listening to you all. I'm at work and in the morning. So proud of having you represent us. You so deserve this. Thank you so much, Lazy. You've been supporting me a bit. I just know that I really appreciate you. Show some love to Lazy down below. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, genuinely. If you want to support me, if you're watching, you're like, hey, I'd like to support this guy, I like what he's doing, you can find the Venmo and the PayPal in the link tree in the bio on my TikTok account, pin message on that other place. @ right there, Dean Withers without the E in Withers. Quadruple check that spelling though. I appreciate you guys for the love today. Matt, thank you so much for being willing to join up real quick and cover me while I go piss. I just want to make sure that this guy's an actual Trump supporter before I leave you alone with him.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Lemon, why do you support Trump?
Because animal rights groups, including PETA and a bunch of other ones, are praising him for phasing out needless animal testing done by the federal government. The first president to do so.
I'll have fun with this argument when I'm back. Matt, take it away. Appreciate you for covering me. BRB, everyone.
Yeah, of course. All right, Lemon, can you describe for me how Trump is going about trying to help animals?
Okay. The FDA is moving to abandon the requirements that new drugs must be tested on animals before advancing to clinical trials in humans. Agencies are shifting away towards human relevant alternatives like organoids, computer simulations and AI models to evaluate antibody-based drugs other than using them on primates and other animals.
Okay, so if you think that you like that type of thing, which I think is good, I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but what do you think about Trump trying to sell off public lands and trying to basically cut funding to like national parks and things that have a direct impact on the wildlife that lives within them?
Well, I'm talking about like unneeded and cruel animal experimentation.
Don't you think it's unneeded and it's cruel to sell off public lands and to also to cut funding to national parks where millions of different species are being held and protected?
Well, you're diverting from the fact that the National
No,
Institute
I said
of
that.
Health
I said that.
is
I
gonna
agree with
stop
you. I said
using,
I agree with you.
like
Remember?
Biden's Fauci, his beagle experiments where he trapped them in boxes with sand flies until they like became unalive from infections.
Well,
What's the point of that?
I'm gonna need a source on that one, but even if I don't like go past that one, I'm still want an answer because I agree with your point that we should have less animal testing where it can actually be needed. But my point is still that overall, Donald Trump's EPA, his FDA, his overall administration has been going after those wildlife by the selling of like things like public lands. He's been doing things like actively changing and defunding our parks. All of that plays into the cruelty of animals too, doesn't it?
Well, I'm talking about federal funds used to unnecessarily test chimpanzees, dogs, and have like an island full of primates that they just use for cruel experiments that are unnecessary. And Trump's the first president who's saying, wait a minute, this is archaic. This is not needed. This
But
is
then
unnecessary
but then he supports an
cruelty
ICE
to
agent like
animals.
shooting Alex
The
Pretty in the
first
back and
president,
killing him.
Biden didn't do
Well, I
anything
brought up
wrong.
Dean. I brought the fact he brought up some a point about the FDA changing their rules on animal testing. But but that doesn't negate the fact that he's actively cutting national park funding, that he's trying to sell public lands, that he's doing all this stuff that is going to impact wildlife and animals also. So why does he let that skirt? But then he only kicks out the FDA.
And he like approved the use of cyanide bombs to kill animals in the wilds when we're then selling these federal lands. Okay, and on top of that, listen, I like the fact that you like animals. That's great and all, but I would say that humans matter a little bit more, right? So if it's like, well, for some of these animals that we're not going to like cyanide bomb and kill before we sell their homes to make money, we're going to stop, cruel testing on them. But on the other hand, we're also going to endorse our ICE agents illegally deporting people to be tortured overseas or literally executing citizens in broad day like Alex Pretty, Keith Porter, and Renee Good. You certainly do not have your priorities straight if ultimately your biggest goal here is to reduce harm.
Have you seen what they do to animals in those experiments? So in those labs,
I would definitely assume that it's like preferable to like killing them with cyanide bombs or to killing humans with 12 shots in the back for doing nothing in the middle of the street, or illegally deporting humans to be literally tortured and CICAD in El Salvador. Yeah, it's preferable, man. I'm sorry.
Well, he's taking animals out of the barbaric torture chambers, putting them into sanctuaries.
But there's a trade here.
Forward-thinking
But
thing.
I need you to listen to me here. It's not just like this one singular net benefit of stopping animal testing. There's a trade. The trade is we're going to stop animal testing, but then we're going to start just killing animals in the wild with cyanide bombs and then selling their homes for profit. We're going to stop animal testing, but then we're going to start rounding up black and brown people to be illegally deported, then tortured in CICAD. We're going to stop animal testing, but then we're just going to execute people in the middle of the street.
To something completely different.
No, it's not a deflection because I'm acknowledging that stopping animal testing is a good thing. I'm just saying here that the trade-off then suggests that the cons outweigh the pros. So ultimately, this is not an administration that you should support with your priorities.
Well, I support that he's doing that, and he's like.
But what about the trade-off? How about this?
Think about that.
Oh, how about this? Would it be good for me to go vegan?
To go vegan?
Yeah, to stop eating meat.
I don't know. It depends how much meat you eat.
Are you not a vegan?
I don't know your diet. Oh, the other thing that he did was
would it be?
You know,
What?
psilocybin.
Wait,
for
well, you don't have like an issue with factory farming?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, so you would say it would be a good thing for me to go vegan, right?
No, you don't have to go completely vegan, 100% vegan.
so you just like
Not
don't care about like
everything
a
or
couple.
nothing.
You don't care about like a couple animals getting tested on for drugs, but like, you do care, but then you don't care about like trillions of animals getting like brutalized through factory farming.
Well, if you shop at Whole
LARP,
Foods,
I think
they
that you're
have-
LARPing. I think that you're LARP. I think anybody who would like support an administration because they are stopping drug testing on animals would staunchly disavow factory farming, and they'd be vegan, and they'd advocate for other people to be vegan, because like clearly factory farming is worse than like testing on animals for drug development.
Well, they have humane farming methods for animals, you know.
Yeah, and factory farming is not one of them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
So the other
So
thing that he
how about
did
this? I'll
was-
ask the question this way: would it be a good thing for me to shut down one factory farm?
Yeah.
Okay. Would it still be a good thing for me to shut down one factory farm if me shutting down one factory farm meant that I also open up another 100 factory farms?
See, the thing that you can't admit is Trump's doing a good
I
thing.
want you to answer
a
my
humane
question.
Thing.
Would it
Why
be a
can't
good
you
thing
just say,
for
like,
me to shut down
I
one
agree
factory
with-
farm if it meant that
What are
I
you talking
also
about,
opened up
factory
100
farm?
other factory farms?
I'm talking about animal
I will
experimentation.
demonstrate the relevance of the question once your dense ass can answer. Would it be a good thing for me to shut down
No,
one
first
factory
you answer
farm?
if it's a good thing that
we
Trump's
already told you.
reducing
We already told you in a vacuum, it's a good thing to stop animal testing, 110%. Okay, but our issue is the overriding cost at which we have to spend to stop the animal testing, which is all the other grave, like harmful matters we went over, like killing wild animals with cyanide bombs, selling their homes for profit, dismantling the National Forest Services, the National Park Services, selling federal land, BLM land, illegally winding people up, deporting them to overseas where they're tortured, or even killing citizens in broad daylight. So please answer my question so I could conceptually demonstrate this point. Would it be a good thing for me to sell one factory farm if in turn I opened up another 100 factory farms?
Well, Trump also signed the
my question has nothing
which
to do with
made
Trump. My
malicious
question has
animal
nothing to
cruelty
do with
a
Trump. You
federal
are an
crime.
idiot. Listen to me. My question has nothing to do with Trump. I have entertained your pivots. I've entertained your request for me to acknowledge that this one thing Trump did was good. I gave you a long-winded explanation, and you are pissing me the fuck off because I've asked this question 5 times now, and you were refusing to answer it. So I will ask it again. Would it be a good thing for me to shut down one factory farm if in turn it meant that I opened up another 100 factory farms?
That's
Let's see if me
absurd.
yelling at him will get him to do it.
That's not. No, of course not. That's a dumb question.
Oh my God. So you're just straight up not going to answer. So I won the debate. Because you see
Also,
my point.
groups
You see my
like-
point.
excuse me,
You see my
the
point.
animal
You know
wellness-
you know that the answer to my question is no, Dean. It would not be a good thing for you to open up one factory farm if the cost of closing one factory farm was you opening another 100 factory farms. Okay, the same way we could acknowledge that overall, the Trump administration is not doing good because although they did this one minusculely good thing of stopping animal testing, the harm significantly outweighs that benefit by cyanide, killing animals in the wild with cyanide bombs, selling their homes, dismantling the NPS, National Forest Service as well, BLM, and rounding humans up to be tortured overseas illegally, or even killing them with 12 shots in the back like Alex Preddy. Or it's like starting the war in Iran that killed 160 girls, blew up oil depots, set fire to their skies, set fire to their streets, supports Israel, who's been ethnically cleansing and genociding the Palestinian people, war crimes on the southern border of Lebanon, pushing people out of their homes, or as himself raped women, boasted about sexually exploited them, is taking healthcare away from 10 million low-income Americans when there's already 51,000 that die every single year, is cutting USAID, which over the next 10 years is expected to kill 14 million people. All of these harms definitely outweigh the little bit of benefit that we get from the FBI under Trump stopping drug testing on animals.
Well, so the Animal Wellness Foundation, the Animal Wellness Action Committee, the White Coast Waste Project, PETA, have all praised Trump for his historic legislation and his efforts to stop the unneeded treatment and torture of lab animals.
Yeah, but all the cons that I just
and the other
listed
thing,
out
don't
outweigh
talk
that
about
benefit.
Israel because I heard you say that you despise Israel. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Israel's a terroristic
someone who
ethno-expansionist
despises
state.
somebody is biased. So if you despise something, you're going to be biased about it. So you shouldn't even talk about it.
Do you despise Hitler?
Hitler's dead.
Do you?
Do I despise him?
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, guess you can't talk about Hitler.
Well, you despise a country. You despise Israel, okay?
You despise
so you're
Nazi
biased,
Germany?
Right? You're biased. And you can't compare the two. That's insane.
I'm not well, I mean, you can compare, but I happen to not be
so
comparing
there
them in
you
this
go.
graph.
See,
But do you despise Nazi Germany? Do you despise Nazi Germany?
I don't despise Germany.
That's not what I asked. I asked you if you
I don't
despise
despise
Nazi
Germany.
Germany.
And for you to say that you
I didn't ask you if you despise Germany. I asked you
Israel, that
if you
proves
despise
you're biased.
Germany under the
How
Third
can you
Reich,
despise
Nazi
a
Germany.
country?
Do you despise Nazi Germany?
The one country out
Do
of
you
all the countries
despise
in the
Nazi
world that
Germany?
do horrible
Do you
things,
despise? Do
the one
you
Jewish country that proves
despise Nazi Germany? Why
You're a
can't you
bigot.
answer a singular question? This guy hasn't been able to answer even one question I've given him. It's unreal. It's a fucking clown show. You're a clown, Lemon. Answer the question. Do you
No, I might
despise
be a
Nazi
clown, but
Germany?
You're a bigot.
Yeah, you're a bigot, says the
You're
fucking
a bigot, 'cause of
pro-Israel
all the
cuck.
countries in the world,
Oh
which
yeah,
country do you
yeah, says the pro-Israel cuck. Yeah, no, in all reality,
only-
you're a bigot. You're fucking anti-Semitic for suggesting that it's
only-
anti-Semitic to despise an ethno-genocidal expansionist states. Okay, because then all of a sudden, anti-Semitism is meaningless. Oh, if all of a sudden we say that it's anti-Semitic to despise genocide, well then no one's gonna care about actually being anti-Semitic, which is why we see a rise in like the Hitler youth on social media. It's because shitheads like you claim to represent the Jewish people, claim to represent the state of Israel, and then you start making a fool of yourself, calling people bigots for saying that genocide is wrong. Okay, come on. Like, no, it's not bigoted. It's not anti-Semitic to think that genocide is wrong. And in fact, that rhetoric only perpetuates even more anti-Semitism.
First of all,
So
you
go ahead
mute
and
me
answer the
every
question.
3 seconds,
Do you
right?
despise
You're
Nazi
muting me
Germany?
every 1 second.
Do you
So
despise Nazi
you
Germany?
despise the
Do
one
you
country that
despise
you
Nazi
picked to
Germany?
despise?
Lemon, I'm going to have you answer my question. Do you despise Nazi Germany?
It doesn't exist, okay?
Nazi Germany absolutely did exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
That doesn't mean that you can't despise it. Like, what? If someone's rapist dies, they can still despise their rapist even though they're dead.
Out
So
of
do you
all the
despise
countries
Nazi
in the
Germany?
world, the hundreds of countries
Lemon,
in the
answer
world,
the question. Why are you running? Let me spell it out for
despise-
you. D-O space Y-O-U space despise Nazi Germany. Come on, answer the fucking question.
Why do you mute every second?
Because you're not answering the question,
That's at
fuckface.
least 50 times.
I
you muted
want
me.
you to answer the. Do
No,
you
you
despise Nazi Germany?
It doesn't exist.
Dude, but I already told you that you could despise things that are dead or no longer exist. If you're raped and your rapist dies, you could still despise your rapist even though they're dead. So do you despise Nazi Germany?
I don't like the implication.
Like
of you
earlier,
comparing-
you said that you despise Hitler, but he hasn't existed for years. He's been dead forever. Okay, but yet you still said that you despise him, so you understand where I'm coming from. So answer the question: do you despise Nazi Germany?
You can't compare it. You're comparing it, and that's
No, this is actually in like the sense that I'm asking this question, not a comparison between Nazi Germany and Israel, because I'm just simply testing your logic where you told me that I can't talk about Israel because I despise Israel. So I'm seeing if something similar could be said about you and your
because you're biased because you
and
despise
the
it.
feelings in which you
So
hold
all
against
you
Nazi
do is
Germany.
look for bad
Answer the
things
question:
about it,
do
right?
you despise Nazi
You
Germany?
are a bigot
You
because
are a
despise
freak
country
that can't answer a simple
only
question.
Jewish country
Do
in
you?
the
I'm not
world
gonna
is the
give
one
you
that
any
you
more
despise.
opportunities than this. Do you despise Nazi Germany?
Do you despise Israel?
He can't do it. He fucking can't do it. What a little cuck. What a little beta fucking cuck soy boy. Pro-Israel idiot. Like I don't understand. Listen to me. I don't understand why people will join a debate stream and then refuse to debate. Like, not only is it some stupid shit that makes you look dumb, okay, but it raises the question, why did you join the live stream in the first place? Like, if you're not going to answer any of the questions that I have, if you're not going to respond to a single damn word that leaves my mouth, then why do you even join in the first place? Also, for a lot of the people in the comment section, okay, you guys need to get your fucking priorities straight. You think that emotions equals loss. Like, I showed a lot of emotions against that guy because he was a nut job freak that was pissing me off. And then you're like, oh, Dean lost. Dude, I asked him one question for 20 minutes and he could not answer it. Okay, so I just want to clarify. If whenever in a debate, party number one is asking party number two a question that they are explicitly refusing to answer, then party number two lost. If I ever do that when the question is relevant, then I'm losing. Like, you just confuse emotions for a loss. Let's go to get that next guest connected up into the live
thanks,
stream.
Dean. Yeah,
I appreciate you for coming up, Matt, and thank you for covering.
Yep, thank you.
Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, please and thank you. Let's go to get that next guest loaded up into the box. By the way, we're looking for the next Trump supporter to load up in the box and have a debate with us about why they support Trump. We're looking for them right now. Hi, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Okay, Becca's not here. Yeah, like if they can't answer the question, then I just like win by default. It's just like it's just by default. It's just the rules of the game. Quote,
it's just like it's just by.
That was a bad echo. Darius, do you support Trump?
Yes, brother. Yes.
How old are you?
How old are you?
Is the question that I asked you. How old are you?
Yes, I have 19.
Okay.
I am from Romania.
Well, I appreciate you for coming up, man. Today we are just looking to talk to people in America. Hello, Alex. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Are you driving?
No, I'm at work right now. I'm on break.
Can you take me off of Bluetooth, dude? I'm like, sucks.
I know, it's a cheap-ass headset. Hold up 1 second, dude.
Appreciate you, dude. Paul Barry, appreciate you for the $10 on Super Chat, who says, my MAGA godmother, low-key, kidnapped my god siblings to Texas because my godfather was leftist. Pretty sure that's illegal. Should let the authorities know. Elia, that is ELYAH. Thank you for the $25 donation. Who says, do you suspect that TikTok suppresses your life going over to MAGA problem because they anticipate you changing their minds? Red content seems to be promoted more. Wondering how you think that affects your content serves. I don't know, Elia. It's a good question that should be asked. At the end of the day, we're all pretty unfamiliar with the TikTok algorithm, but I hope it's not suppressing you. All right, man. Why do you support Trump?
Because honestly, and people can judge me for saying this, but it's better than having a mad black woman in office. Just saying.
Okay. So you're racist. Shocker. That's MAGA.
Funny thing is I didn't even vote, Dean.
So what's the issue with being black?
It's not an issue. It's just, for me personally, I feel if she was in office, yes, granted, I don't think the Iran war would be going on right now, but if she were in office.
Can you just answer the question? I'm just asking you a very clear question. You just said, I'd rather have Trump, the angry authoritarian rapist who starts wars because of his emotions over the black woman. Okay, so what's wrong with being a black woman? What's wrong with a black woman being in the Oval?
You got me there.
Yeah, I did, fucking numbnuts. Oh, dude, where's the hat at? Where the hell's the hat?
Grab your hat, buddy. I want to see your hat.
Ha! I'm Alex. I'm a man. I'm a big, strong MAGA man. And black women, oh man, they stink. I promise it's not because every time I've asked one for a debate, they've turned around and said, ew! Dude, honestly, maybe we could have prevented this guy's racism if he fucking took a shower for once in his life. Maybe you would have had a chance with those black women if you washed your goddamn hair and wore some deodorant. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they wouldn't have rejected you, dude. Maybe they wouldn't have rejected you. Listen, black women are proportionately the increasingly most educated demographic in this nation. Black women have historically been the most oppressed demographic of individuals in this nation, and it just pisses you off as, let me make this clear because I mean it, a worthless white man to see a black woman getting and being more successful than you will be in your life. You could go punch another hole in your wall because of it. You know, you could go, I don't know, commit another crime, like what? Skirt your truck tires on an LGBTQ plus sidewalk because of it. But at the end of the day, you are the fucking problem. Hey, Momo. Let's go to get that next guest connected into the live stream. Only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Momo decided she wanted to hang out with us.
Yo, no way. You accepted it. What's up, man?
Momo says W Black Women. Welcome in. How old are you?
I'm 27. I'm not a Trump supporter. I just wanted to say fuck Trump. Thank you
Super
for doing
base, man. I appreciate you, dude. Today we are just looking for some Trump supporters, though. I appreciate you for your kind words, though. Yo, Randy, thank you so much for the $100 donation over on YouTube Super Chat. That is RANDI. Thank you, Randy. You were awesome. Seriously, thank you so much for the love and support. You are beyond kind, Randy. I know that you've been watching for a long time, and that is a shit ton of money. I am very, very, very grateful for you. Thank you so much for your continued love and support. Thank you so much from the very bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it.
So are you a neo-libertarian phalanges or a Tung Sauer accelerationist?
Thank you so much. Please show some love to Randy down below. That is RANDI. Please show some love to Randy. You are awesome. Let's go to get the next guest manhunt connected to the live stream. Oh my God.
Yo, dude, you watch Game of Thrones, son?
We got some weird guests today. David and Amber. Holy fuck you two. I don't even know what to say. David and Amber. Thank you so much. David, thank you for the $150 donation. And Amber, thank you so much for the $200 donation over on Venmo. My God. That is way too much money, you guys. I do not deserve a fucking cent of that. Damn, I don't even know what to say. Genuinely, thank you guys so fucking much. I am beyond grateful. I don't take it for granted. I never will. Thank you so much for your love and support. And like I said, I genuinely don't deserve $1 of that. I mean, that is so much fucking money. I want to see 2,000 W's for David, 2,000 W's for Amber. David with a $150 says, Dean, you've done an old man a great service. My late father loved your debates and your fire. I'm putting his full story in the comments of this dono. Feel free to read it out loud unless it's too long. Thank you for being a part, an enormous comfort to him prior to his passing. Oh, man. Dude, David, you're going to make me cry, brother. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you for sharing that with me. Sometimes I really do forget the impact of these live streams and who we're able to reach and the ways that we're able to positively impact their lives. You know, because from my perspective, what I see on a daily basis is a Trump supporter's voice in my ears and a number on a phone screen, you know? I'm so sorry that you lost your father. Right now, my family's also dealing with a bit of a loss. My grandma, she's like in her last couple days. And, you know, it's a really bad experience to go through, man. And I bet it's even, you know, worse and more impactful when it's close to home, when it's, you know, your parent. So, no, I wish you the very best of luck, man, in that recovery process. Same thing to all of your family. And it sounds like you had a great dad. Please show some love to David down below in that comment section. I also don't want to forget about Amber here. Thank you so much for the $200 donation as well. 2,000 Amber W's. Amber with the 200 says, thank you for taking on the stupid cucks who can't answer questions. You were doing, but the $50 dono over on Venmo as well. Thank you so much, man. Let's get 500 Joseph W's, who says, you've had some really gifted MAGA morons. This is just a reminder to watch your own cortisol levels. Bro, I know. Sometimes I need to. Sometimes I low-key crash out. I'm not going to lie. Crash out on that Logan guy. Thank you for the $50, man. I appreciate you. And then Meg and Vanessa, I appreciate y'all for the 5. And Sky, thank you so much for the $5 as well. Chase, thank you so much for the $1 who says, this is a test. Test is successful. Caleb with the $5 says, Linktree wouldn't let me sign in. Is this you? This is me. And then Dylan, thank you so much for the $5. I'm happy I could have had you up earlier. Hey, man, welcome in. I know who you are. You came up into my live stream like a couple weeks ago and begged that I debate Myron Gaines. Today, I'm actually going to put your intelligence to the test. You're a Trump supporter, and I know that, but I don't think that you could defend your support for Trump. I think that what we're possibly going to see with your time on this live stream is miscellaneous attempts to pivot and prevent us from having constructive dialogue surrounding your support for Trump. And you're more than likely not going to refocus the debate around something else, regardless if it's Myron Gaines, somebody like Nick Fuentes, or personal attacks on my character. You're not going to talk about Trump. So try not to do that. Let's hear the argument. Why do you think Trump is a good president?
Okay, I'll tell you. But first off, you said I was begging you to debate someone, which isn't true. I was asking why you were dodging. And second off, you know how you say Trump has one of the lowest approval ratings in history ever?
Yeah, at this point in the term, at 36%. Yeah.
Okay. You bring it up like it's bad though. So if it's bad, then why don't you talk about how Kamala Harris has the lowest approval?
It's more so the
rating
reasons
for-
why he has the lowest approval rating in history that's bad, which is his destructive policy, his negative impacts on the economy, his war overseas that he promised never to start, his attack on our Constitution, assault on law and order, so on and so forth.
Why don't you bring up how Kamala has the lowest approval
Kamala
rating?
would be her name.
Kamala has the lowest approval
Kamala would be her
rating
name.
in history. Kamala
Can
has
you
the
please
lowest-
disconnect any Bluetooth mic that you've connected to your phone? Also,
Yeah,
breaking
so,
news, everybody. So the Justice Department has launched a criminal investigation into E. Jean Carroll, the woman Trump raped. The investigation is focused on whether Carroll committed perjury, which is lying under oath, and testimony tied to her civil lawsuit against the president, alleging that he raped her, right? So essentially, the DOJ is now going after E. Jean Carroll for testifying in court that Trump had raped her. Keep in mind that testimony led to him being held liable for raping her. So I'm not sure how the legal complexities of that work. That sounds like insane. It sounds like crazy to me, right?
Wow,
Like
your
people
chat's uneducated.
who testify in court, even if, right, inevitably, like the decision of that court doesn't go their way, they don't really get investigated for perjury. But she testified in court. The decision went her way. The anonymous jury of 9 agreed that he did it to her. And now she's getting investigated for perjury. Well, I mean, ultimately, this could just simply be
Oh gosh, bro, this guy's gonna
This-
yap for like 5 minutes.
this could just simply be a way to criminally test her claims. I guess we'll see. I don't know. So go ahead. Why are you MAGA?
Okay, I like how your chat's uneducated because they're like, she's not the president. She's not. Your chat doesn't even know Kamala Harris has the
Kamala.
lowest approval rating.
If you're
for
going to
a
call the
vice
chat uneducated,
president
make sure you know how to pronounce
in the
words.
history of America. Did you hear what I said? You know
and,
that, right?
And what did she do to deserve that? Let's hear it.
I don't know. That's all I know, though. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Trump got-
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So
But
let's
is it
hear the
true
argument. Why
or
is Trump a
no?
good president?
Is it true or no?
I don't know. It's a claim that you're making without substantiated
No, it
evidence.
is true. Kamala Harris has the lowest approval rating for a vice president in the history
Yeah,
of
and
America.
I'd say the reasons why she has the lowest approval rating would be because of vapid attacks and assaults from the right, would be because of misinformation surrounding the Biden-Harris administration's impact on the economy during their admin caused by the pandemic, so on and so forth. I wouldn't say it's because she did anything bad. I think that she was a great VP. I think that she served her time well. I think that she passed some great domestic policy, and I think that she ran on a great platform for the general election in
So let me get
2024.
this straight. Let me get this straight. So the reasons why Kamala has the lowest approval rating
Kamala is how you
because
pronounce her name. You don't know how to pronounce names, do you?
Kamala. I'll just say Harris. All right. The reason why it's for not good reasons, right? Like it's for terrible reasons, but for Trump, it's all these all these, you know, like the good points why he's terrible.
Right. Like
Why
the
he has
fact
the
that his
lowest-
policy is actually bad,
So-
is negatively impacting the country. And yeah, the reason why we'd say like
So
differently,
it's not
depending on the
negative.
two,
It's not negative for Kamala, but it is for Trump for the approval ratings.
because Donald Trump has done the bad things to deserve the low approval rating. Kamala Harris did not do the bad things to deserve the low approval rating. Yeah,
This guy, bro.
That's how logic works.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy that's speaking facts. Yeah, of course, when Donald Trump passes, you got to go because you can't handle the facts. Of course, you understand that, yes, Donald Trump does deserve a low approval rating. And he left. This guy. They always run away. they always run away. Funny motherfucker. Embarrassing. Gotta run. He says, gotta run away. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Someone in the chat said you dropped him. Bro, he literally announced his departure. You guys are so brainwashed. MAGA is so far gone. They're so far gone. He said, I got to go. Insanity. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I support Trump because he's a neolibertarian phalangist.
Dude, leave me alone. Holy. Moving on to the next guest. We the people. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president, please. And thank you. Over on Venmo. Thank you, Hannah, for the $25 who says press for your grandma. I appreciate you, Hannah. Let's get 250 Hannah W. That is HANNAH. Thank you so much for that love and support. And then Emily with the $10 who says, is it weird that I miss Phil? I don't know. I don't know where Phil went. He's been gone for a while. Maybe we're better off without him. Thank you for the $10, Hannah. Sorry, Emily. Show some love to Hannah and Emily in that chat. Over on PayPal, Jody, thank you so much for the $10 who says, I'm 38, trans woman. I've listened to you for a while and want to say that it's been refreshing listening to you. I also have extreme disgust in essay culture and bigotry. Keep fighting the good fight. Well, thank you so much for that love, Jody. I'm sorry that you're experiencing the persecution that you are in America today. And I'm hoping that America could be a better, safer place for you and your community in the future. Thank you so much for the $10. Same thing to you, Harold. Thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal as well. Good to see you today, by the way, my friend. And Alyssa, thank you so much for the $33 donation on PayPal. Let's get 300 Alyssa W's, who says, Dean, I'm not sure if you remember me, but my boyfriend passed earlier this year. I absolutely do remember you. I want to let you know that I'm doing great, and I recently just got my first car. Your streams really help, and even the VODs to listen to something in the background to sleep. Keep on doing what you do. Well, I'm happy to hear that you're doing good, Alyssa. Once again, I'm really sorry for that loss, but I'm happy to hear that you're doing good, and congratulations on your very first car. That is a very, very exciting. Huge shout out to Alyssa. And thank you so much for the $14 donation over on PayPal. Thank you. And Vaughn, VANN, thank you so much for the $15 as well, who says, been watching your VODs nearly daily since January. Your knowledge and sources have been absolutely invaluable ever since. You've allowed me to delve into the minds of my MAGA family and find that maybe there's simply highly misinformed than straight up hateful. Thank you so much, team. Yeah, there's a lot of MAGA people who are out there that are just misinformed and aren't hateful. Those are the three buckets. Being ignorant to the facts, i.e. they've been misinformed, being evil, i.e. hateful, or being dumb, i.e. not smart enough to know not smart enough to know the facts. Elizabeth, thank you for the $20 donation over on PayPal, who says, my first time watching, keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Elizabeth, and I really appreciate you so much for supporting me and what we do here. Show some love to Elizabeth, and then one more here over on Super Chat from Renee. Renee, thank you for the $20, who says, such an embarrassingly small donation for the profound impact that you have on my worldview. No, don't say that. If by some miracle I happen to get a raise, I will send more, bro. You don't owe me a dime, Renee. Thank you so much for the $20. That's huge. Thank you for all that you do. Well, Renee, I'm so happy that the live streams help you out, have a good impact on your worldview. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of today's live. With the people, appreciate you for your patience. Are you MAGA?
Yeah, I am.
How old are you?
19.
What year you're born in?
2006.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
Because he's kicking out illegals, taking out transgenders from the sports of women and stuff like that. Those two is the main important ones. Kicking out illegals.
Your mic is really muffled. Do you want to speak up a little bit, my friend?
Yeah, one sec. I had got my headphones in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's a bunch better. That's a lot better. Okay, so your first point was mass deportation. So what is one way that mass deportation materially positively impacts the country that we live in?
We wouldn't have any U.S. citizens that get unalived by immigrants.
Okay, so your claim is that we'd have like lower murder rates.
No, I didn't. I said that U.S. citizens wouldn't get murdered.
Okay, but would U.S. citizens get murdered at higher rates or lower rates? Because that's what matters. Because, like, for instance, if we do a mass deportation and then all of a sudden there's less citizens getting murdered by undocumented immigrants, but there's more overall citizens getting murdered because now the economy is more destabilized and we know that poverty is a large cause of crime, well, still yet we live in a less preferable state of affairs.
Pretty much, because I don't agree that U.S. citizens should be getting murdered from people that don't even belong here.
I mean, I think that we could just agree that people shouldn't be getting murdered, point blank, period. Here's what I'd
Yeah,
say.
but
I'd say
I'm
that we
talking
should
about-
deport the
I'm
murderers. We should
talking-
deport
I'm talking
the
about-
violent criminals. We should deport the people who are here with bad intentions. But everybody else, we should let them stay here. And frankly, the Trump administration
I do
is
wanna have
allowing
that
more of those murderers to walk free in America because they're opening their scope of deportation disproportionately from just the undocumented immigrants with the bad crimes on their record to every undocumented immigrant, including some legal immigrants like asylum seekers. This is why today under Trump, only around 5% of the deportations are of undocumented immigrants with those bad crimes on the record, compared to upwards of 20 under Obama.
So them entering the country is illegal, you know. So pretty much that's a higher rate on them being coming here, of them committing crimes because they're all illegal. So if you enter the country illegally, you're committing a crime. So all of them are criminals that's coming here.
Yeah.
And
So you
there's
said
no-
them entering into the country illegally would set forth like a higher rate that they commit bad crimes like murder. So that's false. According to PNAS, undocumented
didn't
immigrants
say
are
that. I
2.5
said that
times less
they-
likely to commit violent crimes on American soil.
But
And
they
also, it's
commit
not and
crimes.
it's not true that all undocumented immigrants are criminals either. Like for instance, if you overstay your visa, that's just like a civil infraction. It's not a crime; can't go on your criminal record. Plus, I don't think you really care about criminals. I mean, you made one president, for God's sakes.
Yeah, but I believe kicking out illegal immigrants from the country. I mean, if you come here illegally, it's breaking the law, you know.
Okay, can you please respond to the claim that I made? If you don't want criminals in the country, then why do you want one in the Oval Office? What the fuck?
Trump's not a criminal,
So he was. He was found guilty of 34 felonies by a criminal court in New York.
allegedly.
Not allegedly, factually.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly, factually. Would you like to see the
It's
verdict
not-
for him?
We need Trump in office. He's
Okay,
he's the only one
NPR.
that's not-
Former President
he's
Trump
the
is
only
found
one
guilty in
that's not-
historic
yeah.
New York criminal court case. Let's see. Fox News. Donald Trump found guilty on all counts in New York criminal trial. Is NPR and Fox News sufficient to prove to you that it's not allegedly?
Holy pivot, bro.
There's nothing. Wait, what am I pivoting from? Okay, you made the claim that Donald Trump is not a felon. He is not a criminal. I bring up
Yeah,
the
you
34.
bring that up, but
I
we're
I
talking
brought up
about
the 34
illegal
crimes that he was found guilty of in New York, and then you say allegedly didn't actually happen. So I'm like, no, not allegedly. This is something that happened. So then you just repeated allegedly. So then I gave you sources from Fox News and NPR to suggest otherwise. So do you agree with me that Trump is a criminal?
Trump isn't a criminal.
Okay.
I could
Wait, so
disagree with you on one.
I'm so sorry. So Trump isn't a criminal, even though he not only committed 34 felonies, but he also had a criminal court found him guilty of those 34 felonies. But every undocumented immigrant is a criminal, even though 70% of them have, of just those deported, even have not a single crime on their record, and a vast majority of them haven't committed a crime in their lifetime because they're only guilty of a civil infraction. Make that make sense. Tell me, what is a criminal?
So I'm gonna ask you this: Are you American
Don't ask.
first,
I don't.
or are you immigrants? First?
I'm obviously America first, which means that you have to be immigrant
So,
first as well,
why-
because
so why
immigrants
aren't-
make
why
this
aren't- why
country
are you
better.
pushing
Now
the
tell me,
agenda
what is
there?
a criminal?
Why are we not worried about U.S. citizens? Why are we worried about giving? Why are we not?
I'll
worried about
happily answer all
all
these
people?
questions after you tell me what you think a criminal is.
A criminal, someone who goes against the law, goes against constitution, stuff like that.
Breaks
You know,
the law.
they break the-
Can you read this
Yeah.
headline?
Trump guilty on all counts in New York criminal trial.
So in
I see
order to be
that.
found guilty of a criminal count in a criminal trial, do you agree that you have to break the law?
Sure,
Okay, so Trump's a criminal.
but he's an American, so you know.
I'm so sorry.
And that really doesn't mean.
And
anything,
wait, so
but
if
we're
if
talking
an
about
American is a raping criminal, make him president. But if a non-American isn't even a criminal, they're just guilty of a civil infraction, send them to be tortured
You're
in
trying to
CCOT?
you're trying to make people coming here illegally sound so like okay, they can just come here illegally. I know.
No, I'm just trying to call out your
No,
hypocrisy.
it's you trying to make it seem like it's okay for people just to come here. No, if people come here, there's a legal way to come here into a country easy. There's a legal way. If I
Easy?
was to
How
go-
long does it take
if
on
I-
average?
I mean, okay, so yeah, that's a legal way, but that's still.
But you said it was
still
easy.
slap-
So how long does
it's
it
a
take on
slap
average?
In the face. It is a slap in the face, an
Uh-huh.
absolute slap in the face. People who have to wait 10 to 15 years to 20 years to actually become a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
We should not
No,
allow people.
The only slap in
just
the face
come
to
here and get it.
the only slap
It's
in the
an
face to
actual-
legal immigrants is to use rhetoric like, "Oh, all undocumented immigrants are violent, they're vile, they're criminals, they're going to come in here
I
and
didn't
rape
say
your
that
wife."
they were all
And
violent.
then
Did I
all the
not?
stuff,
I
and then
just
all
said-
that's what Trump
so you
says.
wanna
That's
sit-
what
you wanna sit-
Trump says. I'm quoting what Trump
But they're
says.
not all violent.
And
But
then
they're
to
not
have
all
like
violent.
all immigrants and quite frankly, all black and brown people, if they're not immigrants, get stigmatized because of that rhetoric. That's a slap in the face to the legal immigrants. Also, not to mention, okay, that another slap in the face to legal immigrants is to have citizens getting deported, because now they don't even know that they're safe in this country, given that they're now a citizen after fighting for that for 10 to 15 years. Donald Trump's executive order number 14160 opted to literally deport citizens. It was an unconstitutional reclassification of birthright citizens to undocumented immigrants per the DHS to then line them up for deportation. That is a slap in the face to legal immigrants. Another slap in the face to legal immigrants, okay, is once again a mass deportation to remove every single undocumented immigrant from this country. The reason why I say that is because it then destroys the country for the legal immigrants that have been fighting for 10 to 15 years to get here. It significantly reduces taxable revenue. It significantly reduces GDP growth. It has a negative impact on wages, it has a negative impact on the deficit, on our debt. It has a negative impact on the labor force and the economy as a whole. We are giving worse material conditions for those legal immigrants that waited so long to then come into the country. And frankly, I don't think appropriately and not quote unquote conveniently to a narrative about the world that we live in. Okay. And that's what you're doing. You pre-assume that she's a liar. You don't even know the evidence. That made you look dumb as fuck. I give you the evidence and you're like, well, I'm not even going to engage in the conversation. All right. And I would say this to anybody that upholds the same mindset of no matter what you say, it's a lie. And I will refuse to engage in any thought or dialogue on the evidence to prove it's not. Anybody, any person that upholds that mindset about any belief is a fucking fraud.
Are you done, sir? All right. Yeah, like I said, I prefer not to engage in that argument because you know every single detail about that case because you argued it 1,000 times with 1,000 different people. So I said I don't know fully everything about it, but I did do some research on it back then, and I kind of, at the time, I figured that she was a liar based on some evidence that she couldn't give. But I have to go back.
Bullshit. That's bullshit, and you know it. Silver, I appreciate you for the $20 on Super Chat. Who says
you
have
he
no
walked
argument against
backstage?
Dean. Silver with the $20 says you have no argument against Dean. So you say nuh-uh, and when Dean says that isn't an argument, and you lose the debate, you say you're twisting my words. You've got no argument, dude. Just give up. Do more research. Thank you for the $20,
I
Silver.
brung you everything.
Over on PayPal. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the $66 donation. Thank you, Sarah. Let's get 600 Sarah W's in that chat. Thank you. Say thank you. Sarah with a $66 dono says, thank you for fighting to educate people every day. I'm having to fight too, living in Alberta. Hashtag mini MAGA. Ooh, I wish you the best of luck down there in Alberta, Sarah. I know how I've heard the horror stories. Thank you for the $66 donation. That is genuinely an incredibly kind, incredibly very kind donation. Thank you. Jamie with the $20 says, right-leaning woman against MAGA and Trump. I listen to your debates daily, and you were a large part of the reason why I quit supporting him. I know you've been feeling burnt out, and I hope that you don't lose sight of the good that you've been doing. Buy your girlfriend a drink on me. Jamie, you are why I do what I do. Thank you for the $20. Seriously, thank you so much. JJ, thank you for the $10. And Nathaniel, thank you so much for the $2. Over on Venmo, we got a couple people to thank you. Thank you so very much for the love. Adam with the $1. Leslie, thank you so much for the $50, who says, I love how you showed this caller's ego is bigger than his brain. Go D3S, Devil Dean Derangement Syndrome. Thank you for the $50, Leslie. Let's get 500 Leslie W's. And Chris, thank you so much for the $142 donation on Venmo. Oh my God, Chris. Jesus, man. Chris with 142 says, this fella stinky. Dude, how do you feel that somebody donated $142 just to call you stinky?
I think they're retarded.
Okay, there it goes. Thank you so much for the $142, Chris. Show some love to Chris down below in that chat. And Caleb, thank you so much for the $25 as well. Thank you so much, Caleb. Show some love to Caleb and Chris. Genuinely, Chris, that is an incredibly kind donation. I'm very, very, very grateful for you. Thank you so very much for the love, dude. And then Amy with the $5 who says, thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Amy. With all that being said, I think that we're caught up. What's going on, man? This guy doesn't know that his mic's not working. Your mic's not working, big bro.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you? How are you
Oh,
doing,
God.
beautiful?
Oh God.
You know you miss me. The greatest of all time.
You were doing a Trump impersonation, but it freaked me out. It freaked me out, dude. Trump is really just that weird. Just don't like the Trump energy. Not a fan. Not a fan. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello, Chuck. Oh, nope, Chuck left. That's fine. Thank you so much for the Galaxy Magical. Hey, listen, if you're watching that live stream and you want to support me, you want to support the live, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal and the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on that other place, as well as the ads at the top of this phone screen, Dean Withers without the Ian Withers. Great way to ask a question or to get a message across, and as well as Magical. Thank you so much for all the galaxies. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump, Sarah?
Yeah,
How old are you?
19.
What year are you born in? Okay, apparently we'll never know. That's fine. Goodbye, Sarah. Moving on to the next guest. Folks. Everybody give us a moment while we're trying to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Thank you for the $5. H, who says, this guy's the worst. Thank you, Dean, for dog walking him. Hate people like him. This is why America's like this today. Oh, man. Yeah, that last guest sucked. Hey, welcome into Sport Trump. Hello. Okay, they're not here. Moving on to the next guest. Let's go to get that next guest, Boone, connected to the live stream. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Okay. So over on Twitter, the official Democrat account responded to Stephen Miller and said, "Shut up, you ugly fuck." Dude,
computer makes this man gay and horny.
Get out of here. Super based. So then I just quote tweeted it like literally 2 seconds ago. Go drop a like, by the way. That's on my Twitter account, Dean Withers. And I said, "What a banger. Please give the intern who posted this a raise." And then one of like the first responses is from some Trump supporter named Michael, who says, "Why are you encouraging profanity? I don't know. Why did you make a rapist president?" I don't know, Michael. I don't know. What's worse? Rules for thee, but not for me. We can make rapist presidents, but if you say base to the Democratic Party saying shut up, you ugly fuck. Game over. Hey, welcome into Sport Trump. Nope, not here. Moving on to the next guest. We got, let's see here, Badger connecting to the live stream. Still looking for the very first or the very next Trump supporter of the day to load up and have a conversation with us. If that's you, please do hop inside of that queue. All right. That person's not joining. Moving on to the next guest, Michael. Guys, still looking for that next guest. Do give us a moment. Give us a moment. Hi, welcome into Sport Trump.
Yes, I support Trump.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year are you born in?
2007.
Okay, you're terrible at, well, I mean, what month?
July.
I think that you're making this shit up.
No.
Okay. Let me thank two people. Then the mic, the floor can be yours. We'll trust you. Whatever. Mighty Cage, thank you for the $10. Who says it took a decade for me to even acknowledge that what happened to me was SA. Couldn't tell you what day it happened, but I remember what sheets were on the bed. The brain is funny like that. Well, I'm sorry to hear that happened to you. And B, well, it's a trauma response of the brain. African Warlord, I appreciate you for the $10 as well. Thank you so much for that love. You got to take it away, man. Tell us about your MAGA.
Okay, no, to be honest, I'm gonna just be completely honest. You're just like a straight up rage baiter. And you know this.
I would say my guests are rage baiters.
No. You're a rage baiter.
No, I react to the rage bait. I'm not the source of the rage bait. Listen, if you want to say that these live streams are a little bit rage baity, it's not like I'm going to disagree with you or anything. I just think I'm the reaction to the rage bait. Right?
Okay. Well, it's because if I don't recall, you admitted saying that like you've flexed. They used to flex thousands of dollars and used to sell lessons. What was up with that? And are you vaping?
Oh,
you're
damn.
vaping.
You're really
my
behind.
God.
You're really behind in the program.
You're fucking vaping.
It's actually an anxiety pin, freak. Thank you.
Oh my God! Here we go with your anxiety pins. Let me see it then.
It's a fucking anxiety pin.
Show the anxiety pins.
Listen, buddy, if you really want one that bad, just go on Google. It's lavender and caramel, my friend.
Okay. Now I have another question.
No, you don't. I was gonna get that next guest connected to the live stream. We got Jordan loaded up in the box. It's lavender and caramel, you fucking freak. God, what a disrespect. You know, honestly, I've stopped the whole anxiety pin bit because conservatives just took it way too seriously. And that's so unfortunate that conservatives have zero media literacy. Everybody in the comment section saying caramel. Oh my God. You guys have no clue what you're talking about. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Of course. I'm Dean's anxiety pin. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, I saw you on Cam's live the other night. So I know that you're not like a troll. Like you actually are on the right. You're very obsessed with me.
Am I?
I mean, yeah.
Why is that good trouble in my profile pic?
I guess you're obsessed with us.
Nah, I just have fun with you guys.
So why do you support Trump, the worst president of your life?
Give me a reason why I shouldn't. We'll start there.
Okay. This is breaking news. He
A new
endorsed
one, not your normal talk track. A new one.
He endorsed Ken Paxton down in Texas for the U.S. Senate. Meanwhile, he was impeached by the Republicans for bribery and corruption, said that Uvalde school shooting was God's plan and offered a child rapist a one-day jail sentence. That's really bad. Okay, I mean, I think that shows where his priorities lie.
Do you care about children and child rapists kind of thing? Like, is that important to you?
Yeah. Are you going to respond to the reason that you asked me to give you?
You actually
insofar
just
as why you shouldn't support Trump.
Then when the liberal
so he's just not going to respond to the reason he asked for.
No, I'm going to.
Okay. Well, no one has all that.
You just jogged my memory on something. So the Fairfax DA, who's a liberal, reduced an illegal's rape charge to consensual sex with a child. How come you didn't speak about that?
Well,
what's consensual sex with a child?
I guess I could only speak about things that I know, right? I'll tell you, if what you're referencing is going to be
but I did.
Right, I guess so. Gonna be some like adult that raped a kid, and then the judge just let him off. Fuck him. Okay,
No,
and I would say fuck
reduced it.
any
consensual sex with a
Democratic
child?
politician who would endorse that judge or DA.
What's consensual sex with a child, and how come red states don't have that you do?
Okay. Well, I mean, actually, child marriage is legal in 33
Where?
of our 50 states, including
Explain
disproportionate
what
amount of
child
red states.
marriage. Can you explain the dynamics there? Like,
Yeah.
what child marriage
So a
is
child
legal?
can
What are the
so
ages and so
a child can marry somebody with the approval of their parents and a judge, and that introduced a lot of legal complications that could then potentially bar that marriage from being investigated for like potential rape.
That's too vague.
if they
I
were
said,
to
what are the
sex.
ages? What are the
Well, in
details
4
of
of our-
child marriage in America?
So in 4 of our 50 states, for instance, there's no minimum age. So like
450.
technically,
We're down to 4 now. Okay.
no, there's 33 states where child marriage is legal, and there's 4 states
Yeah,
where
now
there's
you're
no
down to
minimum
4.
age. No, I'm not
There's
down
no
to
min-
4.
so-
I'm just simply
so in
trying
that
to describe
particular
to you that
state-
I'm trying to describe to you how child marriage works in the 33 states where it's legal. You're just going to have to let me get there. So you asked me for an in-depth explanation. I want to give that to you. So we'll start with the 4 American states where child marriage has no minimum age. Okay. And in these 4 states, technically, a toddler could marry a 30-year-old. It just requires the approval of the parents as well as a judge. And of
Name the
course, in a vast
states.
majority of scenarios, didn't you want me to describe to you what child marriage is and how it
I
operates
said
in
name
America?
the states.
Well, how
Name
about
the
I give you a
states.
description of how child marriage works in the first place before
Well,
we
for
go on and
context,
name all
I'd like to
33
know
of
what
these
states
50
you're
states?
talking about.
But
What
how about
states are
I
you talking
finish
about?
answering your previous question about how the nature of child marriage works in the first place?
Which states are you talking about before you get into it, so I can
Okay,
visualize it in my mind?
We
'Cause
will
I've been to
put
all
that.
of them.
We will put that question in the queue. I'm going to first describe to you the way that child marriage works in the 33 states where
I
it's
know
legal.
how child marriage works. It's
Then why would you
pedophilia.
ask me how it works?
I said, what states are you referring
No,
to?
your first
before?
question was explain
Just
to
name
me
the
the
4, you
nuances and the
coward.
dynamics of how child
Name
marriage
the
works in the
4,
states
you
in which it's
coward.
legal. Sure,
You're
I'll
being
put that
such a
question.
pussy.
I'll put
Do you
that
need
question.
to hit the anxiety
Okay,
pin
yeah,
again?
you're gonna be such a pussy. Says the little guy fucking crashing out. All right. Well, come on, it's okay. You could debate like a big boy. I know you can. Calm down. Stop being a freak. Okay, typical MAGA for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and put your question in queue. We're gonna answer the other question first. And he left. Okay. MAGA is too easy, honestly. Whatever. Let's go to move on to the next guest. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We got Chevy connecting to the live stream. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No, but I want to have a quick little.
Love that. We are just looking for Trump supporters who, I guess do support Trump. Americans who do support Trump. That guy left. That was pretty quick. I love how quickly we could defeat the ego of the Trump supporters that joined the live. I think that's the best part. So it's like not only the fact that we defeat the arguments of the Trump supporters that join, but it's also defeating the ego of the Trump supporters that join. That guy left not because I was defeating his argument, right? He asked a question that I was in the middle of answering, but rather he left because I defeated his ego. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Okay, most obvious troll ever. Goodbye. Moving on to the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, please, and thank you. We got Badger connecting to the live stream. Most obvious troll ever. Hello. Wyatt, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Says, thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you, and I'm sorry to hear about your loss. And then Stephanie, thank you for the $25, who says, as somebody from a rural Virginia coal country, I'm exhausted by MAGA culture. It's everywhere here, and it feels impossible to escape sometimes. I know exactly how you feel, Stephanie. Take a vacation. Please take a vacation. You definitely need it. Get away from that MAGA county. I appreciate you so much for the love and support. Show some love to Stephanie down below in that comment section. And thank you for the $25. Welcome into You Support Trump.
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
Okay. Thank you, man. I'm going to thank a couple more people, then I'll pass the mic to you. Brian, thank you for the $2. Kate, thank you for the $5. And Adam, thank you so much for the $1. And then over on PayPal, appreciate you so very much for that love and support. Kamara for the $10, who says, I remember when Trump went to jail in 2023, he got out on my birthday. I was so angry. I know, right? That was terrible. Thank you so much for the $10. And Janice, that is Janiss. Thank you for the $14 donation. You're awesome. Thank you. And then Jeffrey with a $15 donation says, if there was an announcement today that all U.S. citizens would be rewarded $1 million and all undocumented immigrants would be eligible for $2 million, I would still be happy with my new better living situation and financial stability. The I before the argument is so weak, right? Honestly, Jeffrey, that's a pretty good counter argument to that a position that crazy guy was arguing. You would be insane not to take up that offer. Badger, do you support Trump?
Yes.
And why do you support Trump?
Yeah, so first, I'm gonna put in a shameless plug for my Substack. Badgery is on Substack.
I'm sorry. Can't do shameless plugs here. That's really embarrassing. Okay, so restart. Why are you a Trump supporter?
All right, can I tell you a story?
No, you could tell us why you're a Trump supporter.
Okay, so man, I'm an anarchist. I was about to do some fucking troll with fucking neo-libertarian.
That is the neo-libertarian Flangus guy. That is the neo-libertarian Flangus guy. Get out of here. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you are MAGA, please, and thank you. Oh, I'm tired today. I'm not gonna lie, folks. These Trump supporters, they're really tiring me out. Hey, do you support Trump?
Hey, girl.
I'd assume that you're talking to somebody else. Hello, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
How old are you?
50.
Are you driving?
No, sir.
Okay, I sent you an invite to turn your camera on. Prove it.
Okay. I'm riding with somebody, and
Okay, can you have them say hi?
Hey. There it is.
They just lie so shamelessly. It's like, oh my God. Dean Withers' biggest hater. Hello, how old are you?
Can you tell me which state's legal to put my finger up your butt?
Moving on to the next guest. We got User connecting to the live stream. Do you support Trump?
Should I be a Democrat? I'm just wondering.
Yes, fetus. Be a Democrat. Be a Democrat, fetus. Be a Democrat. Yes. 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 Be a Democrat. Yes. And anybody who tells you otherwise is evil. Okay. Hey,
Dean,
welcome
can
in.
you eat my ass, Dean? Dean, can 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 you eat my ass?
Jesus fuck. All right. Yeah, this is how the queue gets at the end of the stream. Congratulations. You made it to like the it's like the
libertarian phalangist.
okay. It's like the far lands in Minecraft, you know. After you like travel like enough like chunks, all of a sudden like the game just like breaks and the map no longer makes any sense. Well, here, the issue is when we get towards the end of the live stream, people like these last couple of guests, where the guests just kind of break. I don't really make any sense. Oh, listen, Dean's anxiety pin is back. All right, man, let's get the argument. Why is Trump a good president?
Sorry about that, everybody. I know you're all
Oh, I
really
thought you were in.
entertained by the fact that Dean wouldn't name the 4 states in question, and he moved right on real quick. Dean, you want to name them now or what?
Well, we could put that question back in queue. The first question that you had asked me as well, what is the nature of child marriage in America and how does it work? So the nature of how child marriage operates in the 33 states where it's legal to some extent is minors under the age of 18, for starters, can seek the approval of a parent and a judge to get married to somebody. Now, in, let's see here, 29 of those 33 states, there are going to be age minimums. Keep in mind that these age minimums are like still really bad, ranging from like 12 to 13 to 14 to 15 to 16. But in those 4 states,
gross.
there's no age minimum technically on the book. So if a parent and a judge wanted to, they could approve a marriage with somebody at any age. And the names of those 4 states are, I know that California is one of them because that's the one I was most shocked with.
Golly, that doesn't surprise me. What else?
Where child.
3 more to go. You got to look it up.
Yes.
Okay. You should know this off the top of your head.
California, Mississippi, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. I think I saw something in the news recently about Oklahoma finally passing a ban. So I think it's.
Can you do me a favor? Can you verify that?
California,
for us real
Mississippi,
quick?
and New Mexico.
Come on, chat. Verify that for us real quick. If what he said is true, and then it's applicable to those 4 states. I'm not saying I just don't have my computer in front of me. Or
I think it's.
do it
I think
myself.
it's 3. I think that Oklahoma passed a law recently.
From 33 down to 4 down to.
Oh wait,
3.
no, that's actually 4. It is 4.
Is it 4?
Yeah, right now it's 4 because
Congratulations.
they did pass that law, but it starts in November of this year. So it's
So
4
a judge
states.
has to sign off on it. I guess my next question is, which judge would sign off on it, and why is he not in a wood chipper?
Well, that's a good question. I definitely agree with you there that
I
any
know.
judge who would sign off on this should be in a wood chipper. And
What
many
about
judges,
the judge that
I'm
that-
going to
that-
mute you because I'm going to finish answering your question. Many judges won't sign off on this, right? Many judges won't. And that's good. That's why, although child marriage is technically fully legal in these 4 states, we don't hear about it happening all that much because 99.99999% of the judges simply won't sign off on it. But it's that 0.001% of the judges that will sign off on it, that should be in a wood chipper, that makes this a big issue, right? Like we could find stories from 2012 of a 10-year-old girl getting married. Bro, it's super gross. But you seem to be really against abusing women, abusing kids. How do you feel about Donald Trump abusing women and girls by barging into their dressing rooms backstage at Miss Teen USA, Miss USA?
Are you referring to the Howard Stern interview where he
Yes.
said he went backstage and he saw beautiful women? Do you refer to little girls as women, Dean? That's kind of fucked up.
No, that's something that usually only creeps do. Yeah, so he said that he walk into the dressing rooms and take a look at them.
Beautiful
In the
women?
clip, he said that in the clip he used the word woman. However, right, a minute and a half before
However,
he used the word
does that-
girl.
does that
But the
really
reason why
resonate
I
with
say
you
that it
though,
happened to
Dean?
both
'Cause that's
women
alarming.
and girls is because we had girls from Miss Teen USA testify that happened to them when they were underage.
Dean, when a guy says beautiful women, I think baddies. You think children?
When did I say that?
Well,
What? Dude, what?
the
Dude,
fact of the
I'm so
matter-
confused.
you said
I'm
that
so
with
you're
your-
so fucking bad faith. When I told you why I think that this also happened to the girls at Miss Teen USA, I didn't say because I think of children when somebody says the phrase "beautiful women." You fucking freak. No, I said that we had 4 of the teens from Miss Teen USA that were underage come forward and say that it happened to them.
What are their names?
Mariah Bellato is the name of one. The 3 others opted to not share their names publicly
So-
at a risk of public backlash.
Oh, that's so. Then, how did you get this information?
Because all of this is public. BuzzFeed
So
collected
it
these
is public.
interviews in 2015.
So what you're
No,
saying
what-
is
what-
anonymous people so if I came forward and said I was a 12-year-old girl and Biden came into my dressing room, does that carry the same weight in terms of the fact that it was anonymous, or are you saying they're credible? You know who they are, and there's credibility behind it.
Well,
What
their
are you
credi-
saying?
So their credibility is that they were beauty pageant contestants at Miss Teen USA.
How do you
in
know if it's
1997.
anonymous? How do you know though if it's anonymous?
Because
you
they
don't know their
competed.
identity.
Because they competed alongside Mariah Bellato, who shared. their
'Cause they
identity.
said
Of course,
so.
that was the nature of the reporting.
So they said they did because they're not. You don't know their identities, so it's all hearsay. So how do
I
you
don't know their
is what my
identities,
question.
but the people who conducted the interviews with the teens
Who
from Miss Teen USA knew the
who
identities.
conducted the interviews though?
BuzzFeed.
You should know that. Who did the interviews?
I just told you, BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah, they
so
just
not the
reached out
FBI, not
to a
not a
bunch of-
local jurisdiction. It was
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah, a bunch
That's
of
cute.
a bunch of
Okay.
like major like
Hey man, hey,
a
BuzzFeed
bunch
is
of like
who I
major
go
like
to
news
for all my
outlets.
credibility stuff. So I'm changed because BuzzFeed said so.
Well,
Got it.
the thing
Nice.
is I
Well,
agree
okay, you
that
win. I'm gonna
BuzzFeed.
vote for Kamala if she runs again.
Listen, I agree with you that BuzzFeed isn't like this major reputable institution of like. Okay, I can let you laugh. That's fine.
Everyone in the comments are laughing at that BuzzFeed said so. So it's gospel.
Well, I could tell you why it's gospel
Do you
because
want
it
me to
is
show
definitely
you
is
some stories
gospel.
from BuzzFeed that even you would be like, okay.
Well, I would just
Come on,
prefer you to
man.
let me speak.
You literally, your source
Honestly.
was BuzzFeed.
Yeah,
You're
not
getting
really.
into a buzz saw right now, Lil
I
Dean.
disagree with you. Can I speak now?
Yeah,
I'll
go
go.
ahead.
I'll go ahead and speak.
Floor is yours.
So yeah, BuzzFeed conducted the interviews with the teens from Miss Teen USA. And did you need a moment to laugh?
It sounds funny coming out of your mouth. BuzzFeed conducted an interview with anonymous people that said they were 12 when Trump raped them backstage.
Do you think it'd be a good
You know
idea
what?
to like put
Impeach.
yourself on mute?
Where's
so
AOC?
then-
AOC
so then-
should be all over this. Why is it?
Do you think
Dean
that it would
Wither?
be a good idea to put yourself on mute so I could speak without you laughing? Like just so
Actually,
like we
you
could
know
have
what, I'm-
productive dialogue? I'll put you
Because
on mute.
I'm
That's fine. So yeah, BuzzFeed conducted the interviews with the teens from Miss Teen USA. And I agree that BuzzFeed isn't some like major reputable like institution of like investigative journalism. So if this was like a piece published by BuzzFeed doing investigative journalism into Trump, like I probably wouldn't give it too much credence. But it was just simply a round of interviews conducted not just by BuzzFeed,